What's up, guys? It's Tombura here, making the making of my remake of Hold On by Martin Garrix. But sad thing, I changed the song, so it's not Hold On remake anymore. It's my own song because I don't know. I just took the project. I like the sounding. I like the mix and stuff. Added some things, changed the melody, so I made it basically my own. But like the processing on everything, on the chords, on the bass, the mixing, um, yeah, it's the same. So I'll explain you all the things I did on this project. Maybe you like it. I don't know if I'm gonna release this and at Sunday, but yeah. Um, at first I start playing you the song so you can have a listen, get a little input. Okay, let's start there. Okay, so that's the song. Um, I'll go through all the stuff. Like I'll try to make it short, not to take too long. But yeah, I'll break it down to the most important information. Yeah, let's start like on the chords. This is what the chord progression looks like. This is what it sounds like. Yeah. Basically just a piano from Contact. I think it's Alicia's keys. Um, with some few tweakings on there. At first, I used the supercharger, which is a compressor by Native Instruments. It's a hybrid compressor. It's like you see, there's a little saturator, like some frequency enhancer. So I like the plugin when I know I have a sound which I want like kind of change in a special way, or like tweak, not change. Yeah, for the compressing to make a little bit wider, flatnator, just a heavy compressor to keep the sustain of the piano, some EQing delay for the delay, multiband compression, and some reverb. Yeah, then I have some like chords from Serum. Yeah, nothing special. Some little atmosphere stuff. Yeah, some pads here. Nothing special in the first part of the break. So now we're getting to the main part, like the part all you guys have been waiting for, and you've especially asked for. Um, the lead sounds and the mixing of the main part, like the heavy melodic part. Okay, especially here, which is the most important thing. Is the how you use the frequency spectrum of each layer. So like my chords are mostly in the mids, which is like kind of logic. My bass is in the bass, so in the sub frequencies from like 30 hertz to 200, 300 hertz roundabout. And yeah, then the chords are coming in like from 300 to 5,000, 5K. And then the most part, I do a high cut. Not here, this is the piano, but like on all the synths I've used, I did a high cut because I want to stand out the leads, especially in songs like this where the lead sound is like the main thing. You want to really stand it out in a big way, like kinda like those big room leads, but it has to have this kinda clariness in the sound. But yeah, we'll come to that point later. Just at first, the chords layering. We have the piano from Malicious Keys. We have a Serum synth, like init preset. I made nothing special, just some detuned super saws. Yeah, EQ'd some ODT for the multiband compression and some reverb. Nothing special. It's just to make it like to fill up the stereo spectrum. Then we have some cellos. I really love to use strings in all my songs because they're giving it a kind of natural warmth in the chords and in like the whole sounding. Okay, I thought I've used, I don't know why I've used staccatos here, but I don't know. Normally I use just sustained like played notes. Yeah, my favorite libraries for that are String Ensemble by Symphony Series, by Native Instruments, and Session Strings Pro. Like session strings sound a bit more analog. I don't know. The Symphony Series libraries are really, I don't know. They have a different sound. They sound bigger. They sound more modern, and the session strings sound more real. Like you've recorded a real string, like a real cello or something. Yeah. And next we got some other. Yeah, this kind of organ sounding chord. Yeah, just cut the highs, normally like this. Reverb. Okay, now right here I cut the highs, and yeah, nothing special left. Like this is the alarm clock thing. I don't know how to call it. Yeah, that was the chord section. I just played for you real quick together. For me, the most important when I do my chord progressions is to this is like the section, or this is like the spectrum of your song, which is most important for the wideness of your song. So when you're sitting, when you got good speakers like me, this just needs to open up a whole new world when you listen to it, because everything is wide, everything is warm, or like it gives it all that stuff. And then the leads are like the things that bring the emotion with, like when they're working together with the chords, that has I'll try to achieve something like a feeling you've never felt before. Sometimes it's like, for me, like when you listen to Crash or something, this when I came up with the chords, I immediately had like the melody, and I felt it in a kind of special way. It was, I don't know. Yeah. For the lead sounds, I got like, at first I got 3 layers or 2, but I stacked it up a little bit. Now I think there are 4. Yeah. We'll jump to the drop just because we have all the layers in here. Yeah. First layer sounds like this. Just a basic super saw I did myself in silent. Yeah, really like a solo. It's not a scroll wave, saw wave. Damn it. A solo saw wave for the mono part of the lead, because you just most producers do the fault. I don't know. Make the fault, do the fault. I don't know. That the lead sounds are really stereo, and if you play it on like some Bluetooth speakers, which are mostly mono, it sounds like I don't know, it sounds not good. So I really make sure that the lead sounds also sound kind of good when they're mono, and I can achieve this when I have like a single saw wave which fills up the mono spectrum. Yeah, some other 8 voiced saw wave, a little bit detuned, important retriggered, so it stays mostly in the mono section. I don't know how to call it. I call it mono section, like in the mono frequency spectrum. I don't know. I'm not that good in English, but you probably already noticed it. And next, we have some really hard tuned saw waves. 1x7. This one is pitched one octave up. This one is like on the same level as the others. Yeah, I think there's nothing special. Just like for the sustain, attack, and all this stuff. But this is like, yeah, the way I felt it to be right. And next we got the next layer. I know, like the process. Oh yeah, the processing. I compress it, then I queued it. I'll just go through the process and turn the plugins off, and then turn them on again, so you can hear the difference. So yeah, mostly it's just compression and some high boost for the clarinets. And oh fuck. And I've used an imager to make the high frequencies stand out more in the stereo field. Next layer sounds like this. Yeah, just to add something like an octave higher. It's basically just a super saw, some little EQing, and some multiband compression. Nothing special. And next we got like this is kinda how do you call it? Like a secret plugin, Isotope Iris 2. I don't use it. Fuck you. I don't use it really often, but it has that kinda warm analog sound I really liked in this preset. Yeah, just listen to it. When you play it solo, it sounds a little bit weird, but it gives something to the lead sound. When you play it all together, which I really loved. It sounds really cool and kind of analog, warm. Yeah. Some EQing, some multiband compression. Nothing special right here. And last but not least, the last layer. Right here, nothing special. Again, just another super saw. EQing, low cut, OTT. It's like what the OTT looks. Multiband compression, and that's really it. It really depends on how you level your sounds. So I mostly have one layer which stands out the most. In this right here, I don't really have it because they're all almost on the same levels. But leveling is more important than most really think, because the most people are trying to EQ everything out and EQ like frequencies out and make all the things right, like try to make it sound right, but this is just you just mess it up. Level is really it's 1,000 times easier to achieve your sound through level. What's going on here? Okay, we're back. By leveling just the sounds right and not EQing them to death. Yeah, I'll play all the lead sounds together. And yeah, I just did some pitch automation on the lead, right here, to make it to give it like this kind of wobbly sounding. Oh, right here we got the piano layer still left from Garrix. I think this is one of the most important layers in this track, because it's like this really hard compressed piano with a delay on it. Yeah, for this I took the Giant, another Native Instruments piano, because it just sounded right. I don't know. This one is really clear, especially in the highs because it's like big. You can imagine when a piano, the bigger or the longer the strings are, the single strings, the cleaner the high tones sound. So like on the big how are they called? Ah, fuck it. It doesn't matter. It just because the notes are really high, I took this piano because it sounded good. Yeah, some really hard compress. Oh damn it! This is I didn't configure this all right, but yeah, because when I solo a track, you don't hear the me speaking, so I have to make sure I finish my sentences before I solo a track. So at first, I'll go through again and just yeah, turn on the plugins. Yeah, I just EQ'd it and compressed it and multi-button compressed it and compressed it again and again, just until I achieved the sound I wanted. So it's really there to fill up the high frequency spectrum, to give it a little like this little special, this little extra in the tops. Then I have some atmosphere plugs. They're just giving something like filling up the melodic spectrum to make it more interesting. Okay, maybe this is also what interests or what is interesting for you is the sidechain. So for the sidechain, I use LFO tool. I always use LFO tool because I can tweak everything. Right here, I used a pretty fast sidechain. This thing right here in the front is because like the dynamic Ozone 8 dynamics changes the time of the thing, so I had to like fix it by moving the whole sidechain in the time a little bit, not forward, backward, no forward, it doesn't matter. Yeah, turn it on 75%. So yeah, I want my lead sounds to come in really quick, so there's not that really hard sidechain sound on it. With the chords, I did also a pretty sharp sidechain, but not with this quick. I don't know how is it called in English. Like this quick incoming. It's like a little slower. It's just yeah. I use a lot of linear sidechains, so there's not like a parabolic. I don't know, parabolic shape. So more like a linear shape. I don't know. It just sounds right for me. It sounds better because you don't have this pumping sound which makes your chords sound like, or your whole track in the end over compressed. And last but not least, the bass. I got 3 layers here: a sub bass, and just some two top basses. This is what the sub bass sounds like. This is the sub bass. It's really simple. It's just a sine wave. Three voices, one octave down, five voices. Oh no, this I turned this off. Okay, it's just one layer. Some saturating, some distortion, but just like not in a hard way, just to make it a little warmer, like a little fatter. Some OTT and some EQ. Cut the highs, cut the lows, and at 30, I think. Yeah. Then the first bass layer is like, is it my init? This is my bass I did myself. I use in almost every track. Sounds like this. Yeah. That's what the magic preset sounds looks like. Just kidding. The processing is almost the same like in this sub bass. Warm up lows, OTT, Camel Crusher, and low cut. Yeah, that's basically it. The other layer is a serum bass. I think I just found the preset and tweaked it till I found it sound right. Sounds like this. It's just an overdrive stereo bass, so it's a little bit detuned, yeah, because so we have some whiteness in the low mids, so you get like this warm feeling, not too it I don't know. Sometimes progressive tracks sound too electronic because the lows are almost mono and don't have this warmth in it. And I always try to achieve this with detuning, like taking one layer in the bass section and detuning it. But the most important part is to make a low cut so you don't get you really like the sub bass stereo. But I make the bass mono on the master again, and yeah, so it doesn't really matter at this point. Sidechaining on the bass, it's like a pretty, it's for bass sidechain, it's really quick, or like a early sidechain, but it sound I'm always playing the kick and bass together and then tweaking until I get this really like it sounds it fits together. Yeah, it's just trying out and then finding the right preset, or like the right configuration. Some dynamics. I think there's dynamic EQ to control some frequencies in the bass, and the reverb is like for the effect when it swooshes up. I don't know why there's a reverb on the bass, but it's not turned on. Yeah. Yeah. The rest is just like some special effects, some sound effects, some crashes. Yeah, nothing special. This is like really everyone uses different samples or like some use the same samples, but this is the samples I like, I've used, and I really use often in my tracks. And yeah, I think the most important part in the project are really the chords, lead sound and bass, and like how these things are mixed together. Yeah. So this was the making of my not anymore Hold On remake. Um, Thanks for tuning in. I hoped it helped you. I hope you understood me. Because my English is not that good at the point. Yeah. And thanks for tuning in. If you want to subscribe. That would be a great honor to me. And check out my other songs on SoundCloud and Spotify, whatever you have enough time at the time right now, I think. Stay healthy, of course. And yeah, thanks for tuning in. Maybe if you want, you can write in the comment section if I should finish the track. So this keeps motivating me making music. If you guys like it, and just say yo, I don't know, finish the track and release it because it's cool, because we like your music. And yeah, thanks and see ya. Goodbye.